So now we want to start working with our user interface and hooking it up to our view controller to start taking advantage of it. In the previous video, we understood how the view works with the view controller at every stage of its life cycle. In this video, we're going to look at what an interface file is and how it's generated. Then we're going to look at how we use the Assistant Editor to access all of the properties and variables. Then we're going to see how we connect outlets. And finally, we'll look at how we connect our actions. So, we have our model, we've created a view within our storyboard, and we know about the lifecycle methods. The next thing we want to do is to start connecting our view to our view controller. In order to do this, let's go to our storyboard. I'm going to close the project navigator on the left, and then I'm going to open up my Assistant Editor. When I do this, my workspace is split, showing the storyboard on the left, and on the right, I have this other view here, which looks like a much more condensed version of my view controller that I was working in previously. This view is known as the interface file for my view controller class. The interface file shows all the non-private properties and methods that are implemented in the Swift file. Since Swift does not have actual interface files, this is auto-generated by Xcode for each Swift file. And now that we have this open, we can start to hook up our user interface. We're going to add two elements into this file. We're going to add the image view here, and we're going to add this text field here. There are several ways that this can be achieved, but the simplest way is to open the Connections Inspector within the Utilities panel. I'm going to close my project navigator to give us some more space. As you can see, whenever I select my image view, I have these three options. I have my gesture recognizers under Outlet Collections, I have Reference Outlets, which has got this new reference outlet, and then I have an Outlet Collections. Over here on the right, I can see this circle. Whenever I hover over the top of it, it changes into a plus. I can click this and then drag it. And as you can see, I get a blue line within my interface file, which says Insert Outlet. When I let go of this, I'm then given the option to create this new outlet. I'm going to name this Image View. And then click Connect. When I do this, you can see that Xcode creates my property. And also, over here I have a new reference outlet. So let's add the text field in the same way. I'm going to click on Text Field. You can see over in the Connections Inspector that I have many more different options on this. But again, I'm going to use the reference outlet to create it. And again, I'm going to call this Text Field. And click Connect. However, we also want to add functionality into our application for each of these two buttons, the Add Image and the Save. We can follow a similar process. So let's click on Add Image. Over here I have these same options that I had for my text field. These sent events allow us to determine different actions for different control event types, which can help us to define how we want our buttons to be interacted with. The one that we're going to use is Touch Up Inside. So I'm going to drag this across just to the top here, and I'm going to name this method Add Image. Then click Connect. And you can see it's added the method Add Image. Once more, I'm going to add the method in for Save, drag that across, call this Save, click Connect, and that's it. We've hooked up all of the UI elements within our view that we need to be able to start creating dreams. So now that we've learned how to connect all of our user interface into our view controller, in the next video, we're going to work with the keyboard on how we can dismiss it and what are notifications and delegate methods.